Hey shifters, welcome back. I've got some movements for you to try or to maybe add to your repertoire of warm-ups. These are really good for the wood element. The wood element, the tissue for it are the ligaments and the tendons. And it's really also connective tissue, just things that connect our bones together. And the organs that are involved with the wood element are the liver and the gallbladder. And one of the jobs of the liver is to make sure that the chi is flowing smoothly through the body, through the organs, everywhere it needs to be. And when we have a lot of stress in our lives, or when we're overworking, overdoing, that puts a lot of pull on that chi. And the liver then has to decide, okay, a lot of chi went over there to deal with this issue. Now all of the rest of the places are deficient. And so you may see that, it kind of, you can see it in your eyes when the liver and the gallbladder are affected, when the wood element is affected. You can see it in your fingernails. So the liver works to make plans, to decide, to move the chi where it needs to go, so we're functioning at the best that we can function. So when we're deficient or when we're having stagnation in the body when it comes to chi, a couple of good things to do. One, reduce your stress. Yeah, I know, it's really easy to say. But the other one thing is to do certain movements that help open up, especially the places that tend to get chi kind of stagnant. And a lot of times it's our joints, where the tendons and the ligaments, the tissue of the wood element, live. So try these movements. Let me know what you think. Put some comments below, questions. I'll try to answer them, and we'll see ya. Okay, let's begin with the very first one. We're just going to isolate the spine and the arms on this one. So this is great because it gets you into feeling the center line. So you're going to want to start in a typical Taiji walking stance or bow stance. So the front foot is facing forward, back foot at about a 45. And remember that string that's holding you up. And I'm going to take my glasses off because I need them for reading, and I'm not reading right now. So the head is going to start by going with you. So just begin to turn and notice your arms are going to start. You're going to want to I got to get them out of the way. So don't get them out of the way. Don't control them. Just let them hit everything. Like mine is hitting my microphone box. It's okay. And let your fingers and your hands be soft. So you're just rotating. And I'm going to turn to face you just to give you that perspective. So notice I'm turning. It's not this huge out of control turn. I'm trying to coax the connective tissue to relax. So that's going to affect our nervous system too, and it's going to send the signal out for things to soften if we do this in a way that is gentle to the body. So, just taking your time. Your feet are grounded, and you just feel the rotation. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let my head not turn with me. So now I'm feeling it in the upper part of my spine. I'm not turning my head. I'm just keeping it forward while the spine rotates. Relaxing the shoulders, letting the elbows go. Soften the hands so that you can feel this all the way to the fingertips. And then let that come to its own pause. And just take a moment to feel it, to listen in and see if you can just tap into the subtle sensations. And we're going to do this on the other side because even though it's the same movement, it's, we want balance in the body. We want right and left to feel the same thing. So bring your opposite foot forward and begin just by turning. Letting the arms go, and you can add a little action to them to get them going. And I'm again turning my head with the rotation. Let it be easy, don't force, and then just keep forward. See if you can go, oh, I feel this in my neck, I feel a release deeper in the shoulders. That kind of reminds me of being a little kid and just walking goofy down the sidewalk. I just want to get a whole bunch of people together and just do this, walking down a sidewalk. Maybe not together, just randomly people doing it. This is the new craze. Swing your tendons for the wood element. And then again, just kind of let things soften and end on their own. And then listen, not to the structure of your body, but to the subtle energy system in there. Sometimes you can feel where it's really flowing, and sometimes you can feel the stagnation, and that clues you in. It's like, oh, cool. Now I know maybe to look for places where I'm holding in those areas, or, match it up to reasons why it might be that way. Okay, so that's the first one. Now we're going to head to the wall and do a couple of lateral movement. Okay, you can find a wall to hold on to, or get a really heavy, sturdy chair that's going to will accept your weight, because we're going to lean into this a little bit. So root down in the standing foot, which is closest to the wall. Place your hand against the wall for some assistance. Bring your opposite foot back and just make sure you're leaning into this enough that your foot isn't going to hit the floor. Okay? So you may have to step away a little farther, put your hand there, and just kind of test it out. Now, the bottom of mine brushes against the floor. I'm not worried about that, but this is what we're looking for. After you test that out, bring that opposite hand forward, bring the foot back, and just let them go. And so this is really a nice movement to get the back line of the body, the arm, all the joints that are here. And of course, it is working the fascia, which is, again, a little different from what we were talking about sinews. And sinews are part of the wood element because the liver kind of makes the connective tissue sinews. The connective parts from the muscle to the bone, and the tendons and the ligaments. When the liver isn't working well, it's reflected in those tissues. And so this is a nice way to loosen those tissues up. And then just let that kind of come to a little pause. Now my foot is going to stop before my arm because it's touched the floor. That slowed it down. And then just kind of come away and notice the difference on this side, on this side. And then we're just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna rotate away from you, hand on the wall. I'm gonna lean into it so my foot doesn't hit the floor. Arm comes forward, leg goes back, and I'm swinging. You can go very gently with this. It would look like this, just to get the tension out. You can go bigger than me. That's fine too. Pay attention to what your body's telling you. This is not an exercise to power through. This is an exercise to sense through and be in. And so if any of this is uncomfortable, stop. Figure out a way to do it a little more gently, or perhaps not at all right now. And then let that come to a pause. Okay. So we got those two nice movements going. Let's try a third. This next movement is really great for the spiral line, for many of the fascial lines in the body. And you can do it against a wall or do it with a chair. This chair has weights on it so it doesn't move. Get a chair that doesn't move because it's really going to be important to stay safe. So it's got about 50 pounds in there. It's not going anywhere. And what you're going to do is stand a couple of feet away with your feet hip width apart. One hand is going to is going to hold you up. And the opposite hand is going to come out, and the opposite foot is going to go to its side. And then they're going to cross. So you're just swinging here. And this one, I love this one. Love it, love it. It's just so great, especially for my low back, which is where I tend to hold some tension. And I notice too, as I've gotten older, that my leg doesn't swing easily back and forth. It swings and then it's like ricocheting back, because my tendons and ligaments are like rubber bands that are tightly wound instead of nice and responsive. And so this is really good for just getting some chi flow and blood flow to those areas, especially, ligaments don't have a lot of blood in them. And so we got to keep them activated and healthy. And then slowly let that come to a pause. And just take some time as you come up. Don't just go running into the next thing. Just listen. Notice the flow of chi. Notice, the subtle tingling sensations. And pause for a moment, because this is a learning block, and you'll begin to sense more and more, as you continue with these practices. So opposite hand comes down, left arm is out, right foot, and I begin to let that swing. I can feel my foot letting go a little more and just kind of wobbling, ankle softening. That feels good. And then when it feels complete, just let it kind of stop on its own as best you can. And let it complete on its own. So when you feel that stillness, come up. Take a moment. Wow, what is this? What am I sensing? Okay. We also have a couple more that are part of the regular Guangping Yang Tai Chi Chuan warm-ups, and I'm going to show you those too. Guangping has a long series of warm-ups prior to starting the form, which really prepares not only the physical body but the energetic body for moving through the postures of Tai Chi. So one of them, which is really, I think, really great. Make sure that your shoulders are in good shape, that you're not having any issues with anything in your shoulders. And we just do what we were doing earlier, but this time we're turning and just letting the arms kind of flap. Now, I'm just going to let them go. We have acupressure points for this that we target when we're doing this, but I'm going to just use this to let the ligaments and tendons do what they want to do. Notice that my head, again, is going with the movement. Now I'm going to pause and just see if I can feel a little more up in the neck. And then just come to a pause when you feel complete with it. Let the arms go. And of course, switch sides. Back foot comes forward, forward foot comes back, and we just begin by turning. And then slowly letting the arms come up. My microphone really does not like what I'm doing. That's okay. And I'm just gonna keep my head straight because this is feeling really good in the shoulders and in the places near the neck. And when it feels complete, let it go. Take some time to just notice what it is that you're sensing happening on the inside on those subtle levels. And then come into a bow stance again. Now this one, we do a swinging of the arm. And for those of you who have shoulder issues, just take it to where you feel comfortable, where it feels good for you. So we're starting again with that center line kind of turning us. And that lets the arm swing like we've done before. But I'm going to take it around. And I know I'm maybe going fast. You can go whatever pace. Maybe you're going faster than me. Maybe you're going slower. It's fine. What I want you to do is listen to your body. We'll do a few of these. Notice my arm is going backward. And then we'll just kind of go forward. Just directed by your center line. And then just come to stillness let that shoulder go. And that feels so good to me right now. Man, I must have been using my shoulders, because it feels like there's a lot of chi moving in there now. The stuckness is getting unstuck. So switch sides. We're going to do the opposite one. And you begin just by turning the center line. That dictates where the arms go, right? Where the legs go, but the legs are staying right where they are. And then let it go around. Pause, let it return, go in the opposite direction. And when you feel ready, let it come to its completion. Take a moment and just notice what you feel. One of the other swinging ones that we do in Guangping, and again, we're going to be doing it a little bit differently because what we're looking for right now is to stimulate the chi for the wood element, for the springtime. So the arms come across, and you're just going to cross the body, swing them open, and switch sides. So my right arm is up, my left is down. I open. My left arm is up now, my right arm is down. Hugging yourself. Give yourself some love. All right, but here's what we don't want. Because that's not swinging, that's really controlling. And so it's just a kind of a slap. And you'll notice that I started this again by the center line. It's almost like folding into the kwa and coming back up out of it. It's just, and then it doesn't even have to happen anymore. It just kind of goes. Maybe I am coming a little forward and back, but so don't worry about where the hands are touching. Again, this one is we do stimulate certain acupressure points for a lot of these Guangping ones, but right now we're just focusing on opening up stuck tissue so that the chi can flow. In this one, as you're standing, let your tailbone drop down. Try not to create tension in the low back, or kind of sense in to see if you're holding there. Breathe through. And then when that feels like, gosh, I feel like I'm done, just let it go. And notice. Just kind of notice what is activated. And then just kind of shake things out. At the end of doing these, just these subtle shakes help get the, chi regulation going. Just kind of move around, bounce around, kick a foot out. Do a little chubby checker. All right, practice these. Let me know how they feel. If you have any questions or anything, post them below. If you want to know when I'm posting videos, hit that purple shift subscribe button and you'll be notified. In the meantime, have a great spring. Enjoy your spring practices. Xie xie. small. Let's do this over again.